Greetings, water siblings. I hope you're doing well. It has been quite some time since we last spent time together. And since my last video, Caves of Cud officially released. And for me, it has been over 10 years since I first played Caves of Cud. And to this day, I have not completed the main storyline. So I would love to begin that journey today, and I would sincerely appreciate your company. I also would like for these videos to serve as a library of sorts for the stories of Cud. And so I will be reading the quest dialogue, character and item descriptions, as well as the various pieces of history and lore that we'll be finding throughout the game. I'm so excited. So let's start anew, shall we? I will, of course, be playing on wander mode, so there will be less combat for us. I have built a character already. They are called the Naive Aristocrat. So let's walk through them a little bit before we get going. I normally play as a mutated human who has access to mutations like multiple limbs and other sorts of mutations. But what I would like to do is see the world of Cud through the eyes of a true kin who do not have mutations but have access to cybernetics. The true kin are descendant of the previous inhabitants of Cud. I will be playing as a Consul of the ice-sheathed arcology of Ibel. So I'll be receiving a bonus to ego and have some abilities to acquire minions. Our character has 12 strength, 12 agility, and 12 toughness, 23 intelligence, 16 willpower, and 27 ego. We'll need the ego to proselytize and cast our abilities more effectively. As a true kin, we'll acquire one cybernetic implant to start with, and we're starting with the optical techno scanner. Which will allow us to automatically identify artifacts and see values of hit points and armor on robots, which is nice. So with this in mind, we must now name our character. I actually have a character I'd like to roleplay, and her name is Isareth. Isareth has a pet, Gloaming, and I'll talk about them a little later. Of course, we'll be starting in Joppa to get the full experience. Here we go. You embark for the caves of Cud. On the 14th of Tishru-i-Ux, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of Mograi, the Great Salt Desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of viridian water vine. There are huts wrought from rock salt and brine stalk. On the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. Welcome to Cud. Our character is here, Isareth, and next to us is our pet, Gloaming. And I'll read their description. 2 wide eyes open like bright shored locks of a different realm. The mere act of looking traps your own eye in their currents, and you're dragged through a procession of spectral forms and drowned in their black waters before rising to the surface of your familiar, buoyant world. Now the smooth and feathered bird is visible to you, lit from behind by a distant gleam. As they flap the shadows off their wings, they appear to take on the shape of something else. Gloaming is, I believe, what's known as a null phase owl, and they're our pet, and they will stick with us. And here we are in Joppa. We can talk to Mehmet here, but I don't really want to pick up his quest. A water hand, live and drink traveler. In this world, water is very important, and so I will be sharing my water with the people I meet to befriend them. You share your water with Mehmet and begin the water ritual, and my reputation increases and decreases depending on Mehmet's relationships. The hermits and mollusks despise Mehmet. Mehmet and I are now water siblings, as you are. I am called Isareth, Mehmet. Can you tell me about your village of Joppa? Water vine farm in the lap of the marsh. You've sucked the moisture out of vine wafer, yea? We tend the plant here. Wind off the great desert cools a touch and gives up moisture, just enough. A tongue can taste 100 kinds of wind, you know? Any while, that's where my wandering mind goes. More's about Joppa, I say, speak to our elder friend, Idudad, up northwise the path. Live and drink, Mehmet. I'm gonna pick up a couple quests here while we're able to. I know this Mechanimist convert will ask me to go to the 6 days stilt. The Mechanimist Temple of Glass, the sacred offering well and history in stone relief, peopled by the Argent Fathers, in statue and light sculpture, encircled by the Grand Bazaar. I hear there are more people there than numbers in the void, and their chatter makes a sound wholly raw and new to the world. Will you go there and take my bauble? Will you offer it at the well where I cannot? Yes, I will. I could ask him more questions, but this is fine for now. They gave me a salt mill, and I have received the quest, O Glorious Shekinah, to visit the stilt, which we'll do later. For now, I'm going to auto-explore to fill out the map, and we can see what's around. Here we have found a painted glass bottle that is painted with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Reshif. At Starfarer's Quay, Reshif consulted with mysterious strangers and learned the secret of the gyre. By cause of the misdeeds of the elder Sads and Sultans, star beings had levied a curse on Cud. Reshif vowed to make right from this wrong and redeem our doomed world. And we note that in our journal. As we explore, we'll be finding these pieces of history and secrets, as the game refers to them. And on the wander mode difficulty, collecting these bits of knowledge will give us experience points instead of killing creatures. That's what we'll be doing. And so we've explored here. Now I'd like to talk to Argive. His mushroom cloud of beard hair is powdered with all the abrasions of the trash sea. White lime, red iron, gold filament, opalescent shavings of the plastiglomerate, chrome joints and pieces of scrap crystal are hooked to pockets lining his torso, and one of his bushy eyebrows is perpetually cocked, though whether that's a symptom of an insatiable curiosity or forehead mutation is unknown. Let's talk to him. Argive is working on something to himself. Oh, I didn't notice you there. It's because I was ignoring you. Waste heat from the thermocask or centrifugal extraction to the P density of sun slag? Must you bother me? What are you, some sort of water freak? Fondren-eyed pilgrim? Argonaut? Make yourself useful and fetch me a knick-knack from one of the caves, then I may reward you. There are caves everywhere, you dolt. Scoop the surface of the marsh or head on east to the rust wells, or wander into the desert for all I care. Okay, Argive, I will return with your knick-knack. Thankfully, as a Trukin, we start with some knickknacks. Let's take a look. at our inventory. Let's see, on the left we have our equipment. That is, we have a walking stick in our left hand, a torch in our right. We have a force bracelet on our right arm, and are wearing a filthy toga and sandals. We have a stun grenade. And let's see what else we have. Cool. A lot of fresh water, which is nice. 127 drams of fresh water. Some chem cells and other grenades. Okay. We can consult our stats here and see our skills. As a consul, we start with proselytize, which allows us to persuade an intelligent creature to join us. And a passive bonus, inspiring presence. I believe this buffs our companions. That's what we've started with. Not an excellent start in my estimation, but that's okay. I have these grenades that I can give to Argive. He is requesting artifacts. But for now, I'd like to speak to the village elder, Elder Irudad. A warm smile spreads over an old face freckled by time and a million crumbs of salt. He shrinks under a hunched back and drums the ground beneath him with a short and barb-crowned tail. A second pair of arms rise over the slump of his shoulders, where hands meet and fingers lace, to form another face. This one vacant and prehistoric. No mouth and eyes, desert white. Friend. Live and drink, come in and sit neath the cool shade. Cross a pillow there and welcome to Joppa. You may drink of our fresh water too and quench your thirst. Your thirst is mine, Elder. Let's increase our reputation. Nice. I can spend some of this reputation to learn some skills, but we won't be doing that. What is this place, Joppa? The oasis hamlet, neath the shelf of the world. A million breaths of salt the wind heaves over the great salt desert Mugaryi, and to the east, the rotting jungles of Cud. Here in the crack between the two, water vine can grow, and we grow it, friend. Tell me about Cud. There, land slopes up and is toothed in chrome steeples, ageless things, looming over the old earth tunnels, pillowed in rotting jungle and fungus groves, and broken against the mounts of the north they are, in the shadow of the spindle. There are people, friends, communities, and friends to no one, too. History is thick as the high salt sun, friend, and where the past is ground up like Mott's meal, a mix of life sets in. Adventurous ones set off for their own splinter of artifact, to both fates, life and death. Live and drink, Elder. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Let me go go give artifacts to Argive. I think he's stressing out about it. You're standing in my light. What do you want? Here's your knick-knack. I will give Argive this fungicide grenade. And I've completed that quest, and I'm now level 2. You are a useful one after all. Go fetch me another. You got it, Argive. The other grenade, I'll give him the poison gas grenade. And we're level 3. Impressive, you. Maybe you're fit to poke around my workshop and swap scrap with me. I have been wanting another apprentice. So unfortunate about Screff, what with the disembowelment and all. Take a seat there. Now, to screw the nut on the bolt with an explanation. I'm on the cusp, you see. A grand discovery. The weird wire conduit is near assembled. And once it is, we'll be able to chat with anyone in instant time. From here to the Eid Freehold. But before I can finish, I need wire. As much as you can find. At least 200 feet. You should be able to scavenge it from the rust wells. Okay, Argive, I will fetch your wire, since you're too busy to be doing so yourself. Okay. Before I head to the Rust Wells, which is just east of here, I'd like to explore the surrounding areas of Joppa. Follow some of these paths up here. Here we have a sign. It reads herbs and tonics. If we go in, Nima Ruda is here selling some tonics for us. We actually should buy something before we go. Sharp jade eyes are crow-worn to late middle age on her lips, and her lips are scarred with gas burns. Climbing over her back and neck are the jeweled segments of a great spiral tail and stinger. A bead of smoking gut juice gleams on the tip. So I know she buys... Sorry, she sells bandages. We're gonna take a few. We're gonna take 3. And so we'll pony up 5 drams of fresh water to even up the trade. So now we have 121 drams of water left, which we'll be using to buy things, but also to stay hydrated. Here's a graveyard up here with some tombstones. This one's graffitied in loving memory of Timun, killed in a duel over a biodynamic cell. Graffiti is scrawled across the surface. It reads, "To thee, new friend, I offer a piece of reef." Perhaps. I can't read some of those letters. Let's go visit this shrine. It's a shrine to Daletafa II, periodic babe of insects. We discovered the location of Darshapad and received a quest to go visit it. Excellent. At daybreak on the winter solstice, a babe was found swaddled with a boundless miniature clock in each hand by a group of insects in Darchapod. They took her into their fold and fostered her, and she became known as Daletafa II, periodic babe of insects. That piece of text was seemingly procedurally generated, but interesting nonetheless. And I believe if we were to go south, there's just water vine. More water vine farming. Yeah. That's fine. Let's take a look at the map and see where we need to go. We are on the southwestern side of Cud here in Joppa, and the rust wells are east of us, past the salt marshes and desert canyons. Red kudzu vines take as their trellises chrome wells bored into the earth. That's where we need to collect some wire for Argive. And here's Darshapad, not that far away, that we just learned about from that shrine. Let us start heading east then to the rust wells. And here we are at one of the rust wells. Just north of us is some wire. I'm gonna go pick it up. I also want to avoid this kudzu. Matted fronds sway in the air currents and speckle the ground with flakes of moisture-sucked rust. Touching kudzu is likely to rust our gear, and we don't want that. So we have 1 foot of wire strand. We need to find way more than that. While I explore for wire, I mentioned earlier that I have a backstory for our character that I'd like to roleplay, and I actually wrote a short bio for Isareth describing her history and why she came to Cud. But I'd like to share that later when we make camp and have some time to relax. For now, let us enter the rust wells and search for this wire that Argive needs. Something was just killed and dropped a painted, worn burnoose. That gives us a location and a level up. Excellent. That's great. What's this? A feral dog. He is a snarling mess of matted hair. Same. Let us continue. I'm just going to auto-explore for the most part here, and we'll stop for wire or creatures that we haven't seen. Dang. This seed-spitting vine just murdered a snapjaw. This is a snapjaw corpse, yeah. Jade green tendrils curl inward and hug their center in tension. Their leaves vibrate to low-volume crunches as they compact seed matter for spitting. In the center of the map here, you can see the well itself. Ooh, a leech. I could climb down it directly, but I'd like to take the stairs as it's safer. Here's a snapjaw scavenger. Tussocks of fur dress skin stretched over taut muscle. Upright he stands, but he looks ready to drop onto fours. His snout snarls and his ears twitch. He barks in his hyena tribeskin answer. We'll be seeing a lot of snapjaws. Wow, not a lot of paths to go through here. Okay, let's just walk to the stairs. Here we go. I'm gonna go down. Oh, here's another. I'm just gonna go straight down. There's a spider, a cave spider attacking some kudzu. Here's a slimy cannibal. Must have stepped in some of that goo. Yeah, all this slime. Liquid pools into a cistern of air and ground. There's a giant centipede here as well. Oh, a scrap shoveler. This is actually really great. Their hull is time-decked in verdigris. Rotator arm-likes driven by gears are encapped instead of hands by a shovel and hacksaw. This is excellent. As a truekin, I have the rebuke robot skill. You admonish a robot into following your commands. This is a level and ego-based difficulty check. Well, I mean, beep boop beep. Let's give it a try. The scrap shoveler wanders away disinterestedly. Oh no, I'm not high enough level. Can I do anything about that? I have one attribute point, so let's increase our ego. And I have some skill points. Let's see. What can I use that for? Would getting persuasion help me? I'm not sure, but I feel like I should buy it. Well, let's see if I can wait and attempt to rebuke again. Did it die? Oh no. Oh no. I think it, well, maybe next time. Maybe next time. That would have been really great. I think they did die. Who knows? Let's keep looking for that wire. Oh, there's the scrap shoveler. Yeah, they're doing okay. They just went this way. They're not interested. Not interested. I gotta level up before I can get a scrap shoveler to follow me. Let's find the downstairs. There's a lot of slime here. Just gonna get covered in slime. Oh, we can wash off though in the water. Yikes, there's a lot of giant centipedes and things here. I'm famished. I need to eat something. Okay, wait a minute. I think we're already at the bottom. Yes, here we go. We're looking for this chest. There's 100 feet of wire here. And we can open this chest and take a copper nugget. Okay. Let's climb out of here. Get away from all the slime. And, oh, that's better. Let's make camp really quickly. And whip up a meal. Rummaging over your surroundings, you find these ingredients. A jeweled bolt from a rifle turret, a smidgen of saffron, a musket muzzle, and a dash of bones. You toss them in a pot and stir. You eat the meal, and now we're sated. So, how much wire do we have? Some of it is slime stained, but we still need more. So, let's check the next well. Let me wash off my items. That way we can see 126 feet. So that's good. Let's make our way down. Oh, I found 10 feet just right there. Cool. I have 138 feet now. Believe this is a goat. Yep. His curling horns are incised with the weathering script of time, and he chews cud without a care for the mess in his hair-knot beard. Okay. Let's find those stairs. They should be on the other side. There they are. Let's get in there. Nice, found the stairs. Oh, what is that up there? Huh, gun rack, armor rack. I should go look at those. There might be something valuable among those racks. Whoa. The vine is, oh, shooting. Yeah. Chrome revolver. Take that. Not that I'll be using it. And chainmail. I'll take that. Okay. Let's go back down to the downstairs. And continue searching. Climb along the edges here. Found some more wire. Where are those stairs? It must be over here. I have no idea where the stairs are. More wire. There they are. There's an Arcanaut here. No, this is a hermit. Let's get that wire. I don't want to get distracted. What is going on up here? Jeez. Something just got burnt to ashes. Whoa. I'm stuck in the pool of asphalt. We both are. jeez. Get me out of here. Okay. Sugary asphalt. Wow. That's a lot of kudzu. They are neutral to me, so that's really good. It's the glory of playing on wander mode. Most creatures in the world start neutral to me, so they will not attack me on sight if they are neutral. But that doesn't mean I can't get them on my bad side. Wow, look at all this kudzu. It is infested. Whoa, whoa. Walls upon walls of kudzu. If I was not in wander mode, I would not be able to walk through any of this without rusting all of my gear. Oh, here we're on the bottom floor already. Okay. Let's get this wire. Check what's inside the chest. Some grenades. I will take the grenades. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm ready. Might have been easier to take a different path, but here we go. Now that we have this wire, we can go back to Archive. And get progressing on the main story. I haven't found any creatures I'd like to proselytize yet. Well, I guess the scrap shoveler, but what about you, beetle bum? Bonnet blue wings contour to its abdominal balloon, puffed out to blimpish volume by the garbage it has eaten. Let's give it a shot. We'll proselytize. Hey, you convinced the beetle bum to join you. Oh wait, but there's a Snapjaw warlord. They might be better than the beetle bum. Let's see. Let's see if this Snapjaw warlord survives. Oh yeah. We'll proselytize. We'll proselytize him. Nice. You convinced the Snapjaw warlords. So not the beetle bum, but the Snapjaw. Oh, we're all stuck in here. All this asphalt. There we go. Okay, let's go. Nice. So now we have two companions. Our Snapjaw warlord and Gloaming. Okay, let's... Oh, you notice some ruins nearby. I would like to investigate. You discover Bitum. Okay. Let's see what we have. Ah, here's another shrine to Dalitafa II. She died of natural causes in 2040 BR. Dalitafa II, glass in ultramarine, wife of Joditard, died of natural causes. She was 117. Excellent. I seem to have picked up a metal folding chair. I don't want any of this, no. Wooden arrows. Oh, a bookshelf. This is great. We'll be finding various books on our journey together. Here's experienced identical symptoms, burning fever, and gravity about you, your proverbial 5th edition. So let's read them and we'll get a excerpt here. Then you get a bright enough light, it nearly glows. These are procedurally generated, so I'll be collecting these books. Got some other Snapjaws. Shrine to Artaxerxes the Second. The magenta six-sided die. Cool. There's a chest and a camp down there. Let's see it. Snapjaw camp. I believe I have some... I should spend my skill points. Let me see. Customs and folklore, I think, is what I'm looking for. Yes. I get tactful, which gives bonus reputation on water ritual. You are familiar with the customs and folklore of Cud. Yes, I will buy that. And I will buy trash divining. Whenever you rifle through trash, there's a 5% chance you piece together clues and learn a random secret. I'll grab that. Because I see some trash here to pick up. Pieces of the old and aching world have been shaved off their time point and crushed to the vicinity of the present. So I'll rifle through that trash and take these items. A glow sphere. A phosphorescent opal-like fits in the palm of a hand and glows with the light of auroras absorbed chiliads ago. Let's get that and take the copper nugget. I think I saw a Snapjaw brute. Though, I'll keep the warlord. Let's finish out this area and have some trash to dig through here that I passed by. Rifling through the trash, you piece together clues and determine the location of an acid weep. The Snapjaw warlord has gained a level. He is now level 2. Excellent. We found a location and leveled up. So did our warlord. I believe, were we to have the domination skill, we could manually level up our followers and buy stats for them and things. Okay, I'm done with this. There seems to be some unnatural growth or supernatural growth here. Sloping streamers of oily shellac are molded to floor contours and trace a star orchid path. The whole section is glazed with shale chips and dust. It seems to be growing and cutting off entrances, so I'm just gonna leave and head back to... Oh dear, we're lost. Let's see if I can become unlost. Oh, here's some Snapjaw friends. You ask your location and are no longer lost. Thank you, friend. Ooh, there's some combat happening. Oh boy. These Snapjaw hunters are trying to shoot at this kudzu in the wall. We should get out of their line of fire and leave, actually, now that we're not lost. Oh, and we're back. Let's give Argive his wire. Hey, Argive. Okay, I will give you the wire. I'm here to give you the wire. Argive hoots. Yes, beautiful wire. Oh, before I forget, I repaired an old recoiler for you. Use it whenever you wish to hop back to Joppa quickly. Now give me a few moments to attach the wire. I will return, and I can now recoil back to Joppa. Our warlord is now level 4, and we are now level 6. Oh, they leveled up twice. Excellent. So, let's see. We have 330 skill points. I would like to get tinkering. That's on my mind. Because we're going to be trash divining. We should get scavenger as well. Let's do it. We'll buy tinkering. And we will buy scavenger. As well as disassemble. So as we dig through trash, we occasionally will find scrap that we can disassemble and use those materials to tinker items, create new artifacts for us to use. While Argive is messing with his wires, I'm going to visit the local dromad of the Salt Sundries. Here is Tom, dromad merchant. Shot ink decorates the dula on his long neck in one of the 1,000 patterns of the camel folk. His ears are arrayed with gilded rings, and eyelashes flow down his face like water vine fronds. Across his back, a hump of moistured and healthy fat pushes his center of mass skyward. Human, we are greeted. What do you desire? Well, let's see what you have to trade. Ooh, Tam has a nylon body pack. That's nice. It gives us 20% carry capacity. Hair of unknown origin sticks to the diamond pattern on nylon hip and shoulder straps. Zippered and buttoned pouches allow for the lugging of all the under-earth tools one needs. Definitely buying that. And they have some assorted weapons that for now we'll pass on. They have some algae and slime and honey. Okay, I'm going to sell these kudzu stems we've collected from all the kudzu and the rust wells. That's worth a decent amount of money. So, we'll trade 22 kudzu stems for the nylon body pack. And that'll be it. Tam will have to pony up 72 drams of water. I will take that. Thank you, Tam. I appreciate your business. Let's equip that nylon body pack. And now we can carry 234 pounds of gear. We can actually equip this glow sphere as well. It goes in our right hand instead of the torch. And then we have a half-burnt torch. I will probably sell those eventually. Okay. Let's go see if Argive is ready. It's the middle of the night on a waning beetle moon. He's been working hard. Let's see. It's working. Genius, genius. Noise in the static. I hear it. What is this? What is that? Wait. It's repeating itself. Argive mumbles to himself for several minutes. Apprentice, come here. Something strange is occurring. The conduit is picking up a signal. Some sort of repeating transmission. I cannot decipher it, however. I lack crypto gold eggs and, well, never you mind. I have a great task for you, my apprentice. Do you accept it? Argive, can I know what it is first, please? Yes. You must seek out Barathrum the Old, the eldest and wisest tinker alive. He lives with his followers, the Barathrumites, under the arch of Gridgate, to the east. To the northeast, actually. In the jungle-strangled ruins of Cud. He will know what to make of the signal. Who are these Barathrumites, Argive? Disciples of Barathrum, mostly Urshib, like their mentor, quilled, albino bears who prefer their candle-dim caves to the sun-salted surface of the jungle. 1,000 years ago, Barathrum and his kin crossed the Holmes Delta into the rusting heart of Cud. He has spent centuries peeling the chrome shells off of Time's artifacts in his workshop. If he cannot decipher the signal, no one can. Okay. I accept this task, Argive. Splendid, perfect. Let me record the signal to disk, which you'll need to guard with your life, I'm afraid. I'll rig up a droid scrambler for you, too. You see, the Barathrumites have programmed a troop of way droids to guard the approach to Gridgate. With the scrambler, you'll needn't worry about them. Wait there. Here you are. Now go, off with you. May you live long enough to do my bidding. Away, away. Farewell, Argive. Thank you. And we have a new quest, a canticle for Barathrum. I'm going to rifle through his trash. We found a failed energy relay. Excellent. This is cool. I've never been able to identify these tools that Argive has lying around. With my cybernetic implant, I can see it. Whoa. This is a lathe. Hand wheel and spindle turn to sand off matter and gift the world with helices. I've never seen that word. Helices? Like helix, but plural. Helices. Helices? And round things. Metal dust accrues on the ground beneath. Contains plumbing enabling it to function as part of a hydraulic transmission system, consuming hydraulic power. Wow. Well, my cybernetic lets me see it and understand it, but boy, I'm not an engineer. And I know nothing about joules or hydraulic power. Well, I learned about joules in high school, but that was high school. Excellent. So we can look at our quests. We acquired some historical sites to visit. And we have the side quest, Oh Glorious Shekinah, to visit the 6-day stilt. The 6-day stilt is up here to the northwest in the salt dunes. So we'll have to make a journey through the salt desert and survive to get to the stilt. But Argive wants us to go to Gridgate, and Gridgate is northeast of us, closer than the 6-day stilt. Gridgate, still erect, is the superior half of the colossal gate, inscribed with the runes of 100 indecipherable tongues. Beneath its chrome palings, a wide passage opens into the jungle loam. So that will be a longer journey to Gridgate. So I think we should find a place to camp and we can share stories. Let's go by these fireflies over here. We'll make camp near this shrine to Reshef, the last sultan. Just off the path, so we're not bothering anyone. And so we have our friends, our Snapjaw Warlord and Gloaming. I will inform them to stay where they are. Stay there, and I will make camp for us, friends. We're nearing dusk here as the shallows, the 21st of Tishru Iuks. Let's whip up a meal for ourselves. And while we're here, I think there's one other thing we should look at, and I think it's gloaming. Gloaming, we can recall story. Let's see what it says. The owls are not what they seem. The spectral gleam, there across the psychic sea. To say I see is not quite right. It's not quite sight. It is older. From the time before heat burst from a point and showered the cosmos in light. It was colder. Oblivion stretched across and through the borders of unending night, as if in a dream. They are not what they seem. That is Gloaming's story. You know what else I have? I picked up I believe I picked up a chair. I picked up some chair. I picked up a masterwork metal folding chair. It scores critical hits. But what we can do is sit on it. You drop the chair and I'm sitting in it now. And now that we're here, settled at our campfire, I'd like to share with you a story I've written about Isareth and Gloaming. But before I do so, I just want to thank you for hanging out with me and joining me on our journey together. I'm really excited to make more videos and explore the wonderfully weird world of Cud. And next time we'll be going to Great Gate and meeting up with Barathrum and his followers, the Barathrumites. Well, I'm not sure we'll meet Barathrum himself until later, but hopefully we'll meet the Barathrumites next time. Something I also wanted to mention before I read my story is that Caves of Cud, as of a few days ago, won an award. They won a Hugo Award for Best Game or Interactive Work. And the Hugo Awards are well known in the science fiction world, and I truly believe that it is a well-deserved accolade. Caves of Cud is one of my favorite games of all time, and I think it is well-deserved among Hugo Award winners. So congratulations, Freehold Games, you deserve it. I'm excited to see the rest of the story that I never got to experience. Thank you again, my friends. Take care of yourself and live and drink. I hope you enjoy this short piece of writing I have for you. This is a backstory for Isareth. Isareth is 20 years of age and of a spindly build. She is a studious type and loves to learn. She very much enjoys being in the company of others, even if just to sit in silence. Her colleagues would describe her as everyone's friend and express dismay at how easy it is to get along with her. Isareth is accompanied by a null-phase owl named Gloaming. Isareth often refers to them as Glow, though Gloaming doesn't particularly care to be named something else other than their name. Glow has been with Isareth for as long as she can remember, though she can't really remember a time when Glow wasn't around. When she attempts to recall any memory of her past, Glow is there. Well, there and not there. Isareth has doubts about Glow's existence in time and space, but still is fond of their presence in her life. She especially appreciates Glow's tendency to impress upon her mind new and oftentimes extremely useful information. In fact, Glow is the reason why Isareth made the journey to Cud in the first place. She grew up being told of the superiority of the true kin. After all, they are descendants of the Eaters, who created the cybernetics that only the true kin may enjoy. Glow impressed upon Isareth a truth. Yes, the Eaters developed and utilized amazing technologies that allowed them to travel the stars and commune with gods. They genetically engineered their way to a thriving society, all at the expense of the planet and those outside of the aristocracy. They destroyed Cud, all while their eyes were cast skyward. And here we are, left with the dregs of their success and living reminders of their ecological folly. Isareth's disillusionment began then. She has since taken to referring to herself as simply kin instead of true kin, and has certainly never liked the term aristocrat. The irony and hypocrisy of using her cybernetics for modern convenience is not lost on her, but she finds it difficult to abandon them completely. During her studies, Isareth joined a coalition of like-minded young truekin seeking to hear the tales of the people who inhabit Cud. She hopes to bridge the social gap between the mutants and truekin by hearing their stories and befriending those that are willing. Maybe one day she can make an impact and create a more equitable life for Cud's inhabitants. Naive though she may be, Glow finds Isareth's efforts intriguing and continues to follow her. For those of you still with me, thank you for indulging me, and I hope you found this video relaxing. I will see you next time, and we'll make the trip to Gridgate together. Until then, live and drink.